I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
My shirt has wings, I can fly away.
So does my hat.
Guys, gals,
Just one.
non-gender kind of people. Whoa, rude.
Whoa,
hey
Tara.
guys, it's Ann and Dave. We're the Gordons. And this is Top Chef, Season 17, Episode 11, The After Show. The After Show. We're gonna give you a little taste of the Gordons. This is Dave. He's been running up and down the streets of the neighborhood so much, he's now on a first name basis with the UPS guy, the Amazon guy, and our postal worker, who frankly I'm worried about because he's like 99 years old and he does not wear a mask. Or does he know something we don't know? Dave.
No, that guy only works one day a week.
Well, thank God.
I
He
think
might be
he's
a
like
ghost.
I don't know if he's a fill-in. It's very weird.
He does not wear a
There's
mask.
a different guy every other day.
It drives me crazy.
And this is Anne. And after 10 weeks in quarantine, I finally relented and let her cut my hair. Hence the hat. And I will.
Just show them.
I'll give a brief, very.
No. I shaved the sides.
That's what it looks like. Everyone.
I shaved the sides.
Please enjoy.
It looks nice after a botched bowl cut situation, but now he won't let me touch the top. So
Correct.
There's
She hasn't earned that yet. So here we find ourselves.
guys, happy Friday. That's first and foremost. We're freaking here. We're freaking watching the show. Guess what, everyone? We're headed to the finals. This is the last episode before the finals. It was a lot. It was bananas, some might say.
It was bananas. It was crazy.
It was crazy. Let's fill these up.
Shall we?
That's the
Ooh,
kind of-
I don't know how to pronounce that.
La vie faire this will cheap supermarket rosé. Give to me.
But as you know, you should never spend more than $6 on a bottle of rosé. If you
Well, it
do,
was 99 cents over.
you have been swindled.
Give me that dollar back. Guys, here's the deal. Episode 11 of Top Chef All-Stars made it through airport security, and they're taxiing onto the runway, headed straight to the finale because the cheftestants are all packed and ready because now they know the finale's in Mother Fork in Italy. Guys,
Not only is it in Italy, it's in Tuscany,
to be clear,
our favorite of the Italian regions.
there's only one problem. There are still 6 chefs in the competition, and we traded a Karen for a Kevin. We'll talk about that. And only 5 of them are invited to sit and coach, while Champagne Padma and Tastemaster Tom are sitting in first class ahead of them. So they want to go to Tuscany. They want to cook their pasta-loving hearts out. Who's going to make this flight on time with quail to spare? And who freaking forgot the prosciutto?
Gregory.
Buckle. This is a rhetorical question.
I mean,
Buckle up because the finals are so close. Close. We can taste their pecorino-coated goodness. Guys, it's been a long week. This is Top Chef, the after show.
for the record, I've never been one that's very good with rhetorical questions.
Shocking.
Example A.
It was just
Exhibit A.
I gave it a dramatic pause, and you were like, "It was Jeffrey." Who's Jeffrey?
Who's Jeffrey? His
Gregory.
name is Gregory.
Guys, let's just do a little cheersies.
Yeah,
A little.
cheers
This
to
is a
another
hefty
week.
pour. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know what? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, the show's wrapping up, but guess what? You can't shake us, and we can't quit you. So we're
No.
gonna do more shows.
We're gonna find a way to. We'll figure something out.
We're gonna
Don't
be
worry.
around. Poor Brianna, she can't shake us for sure.
It's nice.
I don't know. It's alcohol in a cup. I love it, guys.
It's cold.
We're doing what the taste of the episode. What dish does this episode remind us of, and why? Why? This was a hard one.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, go ahead. You do.
well,
yours.
you teed it up for me. So, we've made it through security.
right?
We're headed to the finale
Yes.
in Tuscany, as we mentioned. How
Yes.
do you get there? How did you used to get there? Was a plane.
How'd you used to get there?
And what did this remind me of? The Quickfire challenge, the airplane meal. Because as much as they try to
Yeah.
sell an airplane meal to you, with all their fancy descriptions and those fancy cards they give you now, it never tastes good. It doesn't matter.
I have an add-on,
Please.
but you're a captive audience. You're gonna eat
You
it.
can't. Yeah.
You're gonna eat it.
Exactly.
You're gonna not
You've
eat
come
it.
this far. You're going to turn around. You're going to ask them to land the plane.
One time on a
Yeah.
flight to Mako once. This is one of the better sentences I've ever said. The burrito was purple, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat that. It was purple,
So,
not on purpose.
there's been
Wasn't
one
ube.
time when you wouldn't eat the food that
Oh,
was served on an airplane.
There's been a few times. Now that I think about it, like if you're already sick, you don't eat the food. I'm talking about flights back from Vegas. I went to India. I was very ill on the way home. That was not a time to be eating food on the plane. But that was
To the extent possible, I will always opt for the cereal and banana.
Oh, you are a morning flyer, so yes.
Yeah, they can't screw that one up.
I mean, I'm just going to mooch onto yours today because I don't have
Please.
another one. It was like an airplane food meal. There was little sections. You could take what you wanted. It was like an airplane meal if the stewardess came and the stewardess tried to take it away in the middle and told you didn't want it, and the stewardess's name was Malarkey. Or the stewardess gave your meal to a bunch of other people, not to you. Also Malarkey.
Or
He got done dirty.
Or you couldn't decide which of the two meals to have, so you took both of them and you mixed them together in a way that did not go together at all.
Like Malarkey.
Yeah.
I will say, and I know we'll get to this when we talk about him at the end, he kind of did get done dirty, though, this whole episode, in terms of they didn't really get into what actually happened with the plates and how that could have possibly happened. Like, that was crazy.
Well, like you said, we will get into it, but
To
skip ahead just briefly, they didn't care.
Yeah.
So
if this happened at Gregory, they would have just flipped tables and looked for the dishes.
But it wasn't a thing because they all got to taste the food, and then he went home because he made the worst of it.
I think they were stoked. They were like, lose half those plates. Anyway, guys, start with the appetizer, the Quickfire. First and foremost, coming to you from, obviously, there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world right now, and we're like on the internet talking about Top Chef drinking wine. We're fine. But I also think there was a very interesting pre-COVID, and I think the world will be a much different place, pre-COVID sort of like Quickfire with the nicest first class seats you've ever seen. And they're like, we're on an airplane. It's like, if you're on an airplane, sit in tiny little seats and be waiting for your tiny tray food. Like, it was a very decadent, luxurious airplane version of the food.
Yeah, so clearly we are very decadent in our own right.
We flew first class once by accident.
The one time we flew first class was because the airline made a mistake when we were booking our ticket. And it cost $1 to fly first class.
It was great. From New York to Miami.
Yeah. And the rule is...
highly recommend an airline mess up like that.
The rule is you have to honor the ticket. If they charge you.
We showed up and they were like, oh.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, you're the dollar people.
Howard, the food was not good, though.
No, but they didn't want to make... Yeah, it was... But the seat reclined full on bed. Really, it was amazing.
The point is, a little bit, just not nice. Not nice to do it like that. Anyway,
but what I will say was Padma was schwasty because she took full advantage of the complimentary champagne they give you when you're first boarding.
I loved it.
And she, drank it all the way through.
Champagne
who
Padma,
knows how long they were filming for.
We're here for her.
Yeah. We need our producer correspondence right now, because how long does it take to film a Quickfire challenge?
A day.
Was
a full day
drinking the whole time.
Full day. Right. I mean, look, they would film the beginning, to a degree, but they would also go back and get pickups of it. It at least took a day.
Yeah, she was trashed. It was
two. Probably one.
She was actually slightly more endearing in her drunk state. Would you agree?
Delightful.
Yeah, she was delightful.
Great hang. This is the same way that she's great on social media.
She just gets drunk first?
No, but I just mean different forms of her are great. I think it's just her judging your food sucks. The rest of it is delightful.
Yeah.
The guest judge was Jonathan Waxman. He of the, as our daughter said later today. So someone is old. Are they old like the guy on Top Chef? The guy with white hair? Oh, we were talking about Joe Biden. And she's like, is he like the Top Chef guy? White hair, white beard? A grandpa. So to her, he was a grandpa. Yes, we watched a show with a 3-year-old. So it was about, making elevated airline food, make 2 courses. It could be a salad or an app and a main course. Everyone made a salad.
It was a salad.
Everyone made a salad app.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue
no one made like an
Melissa's tofu wasn't a salad per se.
She called it a tofu salad.
She called it that. Well,
so a salad.
Call it what you will when you're the big winner.
I mean, she got lucky. We love her. But we're mad at her now because she's not on our fantasy team. We love her like an ex-girlfriend. The winner gets a huge advantage in the elimination challenge. And the ingredients have to be available year-round. So they should have just gone to the camp where I was. And
your dish can only be as thick as a tray that is the meals are served on.
Our meals don't come in nice, flatware. What is this? Porcelain plate.
Sure. They're packaged several months prior in some packaging facility, not in an airplane.
Yeah, ours are packaged year-round. The point is, Quickfire is right up Latajio's alley because plain food is not that different from cruise food.
Your audience is the same. The approach is the same.
They also set it up like he was going to maybe win.
Yeah, it's just whether you're in the water versus in the air. But otherwise, the approach is identical.
People made things such as meatballs, curry, fish and papillote. No. Chicken and mushroom gravy. Also, champagne Padma can't open little packets of paper.
And they were talking about how excited they were for that. That's a very strange thing to serve on an airplane.
I don't want 1, curry, just odoriferously, and 2, packets of fish, just like a cloud of
Yeah.
fish steam coming
I
out.
mean, yeah, the curry is like if you're going to a restaurant where they serve curry and
Mhm.
everyone is going there and they know, that's fine. And if you're eating it at home, it's fine. But curry is something that is a very
like
strong.
tuna, they don't serve tuna
Yeah,
on airplanes.
it's a very strong scent.
Yeah.
Depending on what type of curry it is, but they're and
That's true.
so and they're polarizing.
Yes.
And so
You know who
you
didn't make
can't-
curry? Captain Curry. And I realized I just glossed right on over because they spent a long time resetting up Dave's boy Kevin. He back.
key back, everyone.
He making the meatballs, deep frying the meatballs.
Oh,
good?
yeah. Well,
Not for an airplane.
no, I mean, I don't know how you serve that on an airplane. That was insane.
And they
but
smooshed them because they were too tall.
No, excuse you. Let's take a step back. He did not
It's been
fry
a long
anything.
time in quarantine, guys.
Yeah, he did not fry anything in the Quickfire challenge. He actually fried the croquettes in the later in the
99%
episode.
sure
Yeah.
he did the
No,
fried.
he made a meatball.
Yeah.
But it was not the
I just
fried
remember him
croquette.
frying it in the Quickfire and thinking this doesn't make sense because you're gonna have anyway.
In fairness, you might be right too. One of us is right. We
The
don't
point
know.
is, Stephanie and her paper fish and Malarkey, and what did he even make? Oh, he cut off the bottom of his giant.
In
weir.
order to, meet the requirements of the thickness of the tray, he cut his pork chop
Stephanie-
horizontally, which you
pork chop,
would never do.
and she was coming off literally the best win of her entire Top Chef career,
Yes.
and she bombed it with. She got a little
Yeah.
loose.
It probably tasted
I
fine.
was gonna say,
It's
it probably
like-
didn't taste bad.
It's a Quickfire. It doesn't matter.
Stephanie Malarkey at the bottom, top. Melissa, of course, and Kevin. Neither of whom are on our fantasy team.
Kevin is on no one's fantasy team. He's
Well-
he's a free agent.
It's true. And Melissa made, and I'll tell you, tofu salad with yuzu and chili. Well, also a shit ton of cucumbers, and also she just cut up tofu.
She literally
She
forgot.
literally forgot.
So she took a slice of tofu,
Yeah.
put it on a plate,
Yeah.
poured a little uzu on there, cut up a little chili,
Called it a
called
day.
it a salad in a day.
She's like, year round, you can buy this at the store. And then she made beef curry with mushrooms and coconut rice. So F everything we just said about curry.
Totally.
We're wrong.
Well,
Oh, we knew she won.
the problem is the judges were already drunk at that point, and they weren't thinking about how the other passengers might be affected.
Guess what? In first class, you don't have to think about other passengers.
Well,
that's
there's
also
like
part of
6
this.
or 8 other ones, and
They're
they
so
may
far
have-
away, though. It's like,
Yeah.
Jonathan, can you hear me?
Plus, they have all
What
those
kind of
new
nuts are your favorite?
air filtration systems.
Very good point.
So
What did, my love, what did Melissa win? What was her advantage? And what is the bigger situation of where we're going? Oh, I'm sorry.
well, yeah,
Also, they plugged American Airlines. I just like to tell people what the plugs are. She won an advantage in the elimination challenge. They said 5 of you are going to Italy, to Tuscany, to cook. We'll be flying via courtesy of American Airlines.
thank you, American Airlines.
And now we shall go to the main challenge, which is
Well, the challenge is to not recreate a dish, but build a dish inspired by one of the iconic dishes served over the 40 years that Michael's Santa Monica has been around.
correct.
So,
Here's the deal. I've never been to Michael's, and I've lived in Los Angeles for many years. This could be my own problem. I'm pretty sure it's the restaurant from LA Story. Still don't know.
now it's possible that we're going to take a lot of heat from this. There's been a few times where fans have dinged us for not knowing things that they thought self-proclaimed foodies such as ourselves should know.
But I'm vegetarian. and
But we're
vegan.
self-proclaimed foodie adjacent, I would
I
argue.
did own
We're not-
Zagat guides
yeah.
in college because I
We're
was trying to be
not
cool
experts.
and fancy.
That being said,
Maybe I've been
Michael's
there.
has never been on our radar. Now, I've only lived here for a little over a
I'm
year, but
just
it's
trying to
never
take
been
it
on my
to
radar.
Felix. I know.
And in fairness, having
You know about it? You know him? You know Waxman and all those. You knew those chefs.
Of course.
Obviously.
What was I? I lost my train of thought here.
Sorry.
That's okay. I think
Because we were thinking it was maybe a little bit odd
Oh,
for the last elimination challenge in California. It totally makes sense on one end to be at Michael's doing California cuisine. Do it at Spago.
Wolfgang Puck has
Do
a-
it at any Nancy Silverton restaurant. Do it
Yeah.
without have Alice Waters come down. Go to Berkeley. Just kidding.
Yeah, just take a road
take
trip.
a roadie to Chez Panisse. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So to me, when
Like Chez Panisse
mean,
and
people
Spago.
haven't talked about Michael's in the same way that they talk about a lot of those other restaurants, and so to me, it hasn't always been on the radar.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, when they ate granted, those chefs are all great chefs, and they all went on to
Totally.
amazing things. I wasn't. I know that those dishes are of a time,
Right.
but I didn't look at them and say, "Wow, that must have been the best dish of 1979."
It's I was the best dish.
You were the best dish.
1979, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
Jonathan Waxman, Roy Yamaguchi, Sang Yoon. I don't know who Sang Yoon is. Is my dum-dum? Mark Peel, obviously, and Brookie, old Brookie, created by.
Who was there in like pre-2000.
I know.
So she, and in those
She's,
pictures,
she is older than she
very-
looks, and she was very young, like a
She
wonderkin female.
looked like a
'Cause
teenager in
she
those
looks very young
pictures.
still now.
Yeah.
Good on you, Brooke. Also, is Michael McCarty the smartest man ever? He's not a chef. He just owns the restaurant.
He came down, and they showed a picture of him from when he was first opening the restaurant. He looked like
He looked
such
very
a
young.
gangster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He looked like
And there is one in New York. Maybe your parents have been to the New York one. Sunny and
that
Vic
came
definitely have.
much after. It did
Right.
not
I'm
come
just
to
curious.
same
It's right by the,
fanfare.
but it's on
It's-
55th.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they have their
Their
separate,
haunts.
yeah, separate conversation. But they have their haunts. Yeah.
Guys, here's the deal. Because she won the Quickfire Challenge and they went and they tasted all these dishes, and we'll kind of talk about what those dishes were, Melissa got to.
She got to choose which dish she would recreate before the others had a chance to
I thought
weigh
they were
in.
going to have her assigned too. I was like, let's not do that again.
Yeah, the rest drew knives and to get an order. That was inappropriate.
Knives. If I was wearing my shirt from
Yeah.
last week, knives. Here's the deal of what I'm thinking, which is some of the dishes look gross.
Pretty much, see, they probably all looked gross, right?
Only- yeah, I mean, it would have eaten
monkfish,
this-
right? Mine, well, you couldn't because
No.
it's wrapped in.
Yeah, I would have eaten
Yeah.
Jeffrey's monkfish. Who's Jeffrey? This is a running joke. It's Gregory. I would have eaten Stephanie's dish, even the 80s version. I would have like slid the caviar off to the side, but I would have eaten hers was inspired by a beurre blanc sort of pasta situation with scallops. Super 80s. I'm here for it.
Yeah, so
I love a white sauce
So I will
pasta
say this:
situation with seafood. Great.
good things stick around, and bad things don't. There's
What?
there's a reason that you don't get a lot of these types of foods and dishes
I
anymore.
just thought you weren't supposed to put white sauce with any
No,
sort of
and
seafood.
part of it is like you always have to have the newest thing, so you have to evolve in order to be like buzzworthy and have the it people coming to your
Let's see what's on our
restaurant.
menu now.
But
Well, I mean, nothing's on the menu.
things come back, like fashion comes back. Like the 90s are 90s fashion couldn't be hotter right now. But like these dishes from Michael's circa
I'm going to tell you some things that they have on their menu right now.
1981,
Just to
they ain't coming back.
fried Ipswich clams, striped bass ceviche, cacio e pepe. They're just normal stuff.
Yeah,
Or just normal daily fish collar, chopped salad. This is just very normal.
they
There's
have a nice
nothing-
roasted romanesco. That sounds good.
They really love killing
Buttermilk fried
quails.
quail sounds good. Fun. I mean, I'd eat here,
I have a problem
but
with
it doesn't
quail being the
sound.
state bird of California and them eating it.
Yeah,
This
in
is
any
just
other
normal.
state, totally fine. But the one
is
place
just-
you shouldn't be eating it is California.
Wait, this is just all starters. I'm sorry, that's a lounge menu. Please ignore me. Don't ignore me because then you'll be watching half the show. But that was the lounge menu. There was the problem here.
Point being, it sounds good, but it sounds like it's every other
No, it's the same.
hipster restaurant in everywhere.
It's fine. Guys, Stephanie chose the seafood one, fine. And it was like a whole to-do over who was choosing what. I'd like to tell you that Kevin chose duck, Voltaggio chose lamb, Gregory chose monkfish, Malarks chose veal.
Well,
Malarks got the last
Malarks
straw.
was
He didn't go
left.
back to that. I thought he was gonna like scream about that.
No, because
It was
he
sweetbreads,
he went in,
veal, mushrooms.
he went in too heavy and too hot when he was assigned veal. He's like, this is fucking great. I got truffles. I got chanterelle mushrooms. I got veal.
Yeah,
I
it
got-
sounded good.
Yeah, I got sweetbread. I got sweetbreads. I got all this stuff. He was not complaining. He's like, the best dish fell to me at number 6. It's
But
like
that's
when
how
you're
he could literally get a steaming pile of poo, and
Yeah.
this is one of the greatest things about him. And
Yeah, but then
sell it to himself.
sure, but then you can't turn around and do a 180 and be like, I got the last pick. I didn't want this. But also,
Yeah, that's true.
he wouldn't be able to make that argument with those ingredients anyway.
It was interesting. So, with the question of, are you in or out on the challenge?
Oh, I mean, I'm in on the. I'm actually kind of like when they recreate the
Me too.
dishes to see
I think it's a
what
good.
they're able to come
and they
up with
haven't done
because
that
it
this season.
shows it's a way to show their creativity, but not be so restrictive like the challenge last week.
Yes,
they can
this is
still-
the opposite. Well,
they
not the
can
opposite.
still-
But yeah,
Cook, create a dish from their own point of view that allows them a little bit of leeway, but it still has to be inspired by something and be able to present something that way. So in that way, I was excited by the challenge. But again, I just wasn't that
you weren't
enthused
inspired by the actual dishes,
by
but you
the-
like the idea.
Yeah, I wasn't enthused by the dishes that they were supposed to be inspired by.
Question.
But ultimately, they basically elevated every version of every dish. Anyway, minus
minus his.
Gregory.
Oh, well, I was going to say minus.
Oh, I'm a
Malarks.
loss, sure.
Guys, Why?
Although I would have eaten that duck back in the day because duck's always good. And actually,
Yeah.
duck,
No,
like
Kevin's.
Kevin's duck, but
That's elevated.
duck confit and like duck à l'orange, like those are classics that remain on menus, and because they're good.
I feel like Kevin's was elevated. You feel like it was
Lingonberry
not?
sauces, though, get the hell out of there.
That's very 80s.
Well, not elevated, just a different take, which was fine. He was inspired by it.
He didn't get in trouble.
Elevated.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
I just have a question of why have they never gone to Europe for the finales of 17 seasons of Top Chef? This can't be true.
The food in Europe's not very good. That's a joke, everybody.
Oh my God. One of your best traits is your ability to convince me of things like this because I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe they had a falling out with like the EU or something.
Europe. Maybe
like
Tom wasn't allowed back in until now.
What?
Maybe Padma did something in 1980 and she got a 40-year ban.
Maybe.
And now we're back.
Well, it's sort of like we got that parking ticket or that speeding ticket in Iceland.
Never gotten a ticket.
So now we can't go back.
Oh, that's also true, yes.
Because we don't want to pay that ticket.
Wait, are we talking about when I honked at the person?
No, we were driving in that tunnel and you were going, that might have been, maybe that was, wherever it was, you were going like 120 and they took a picture.
Kilometers? That's like nothing.
They took a picture.
Oh.
And it was, so
now we're on the internet talking about it.
We worked it out with the rental car company. Don't worry about it.
We've had a lot
of they filed for bankruptcy. It's okay.
Oh, great. So then we go to the house and Malarkey's having one of those character moments where he gets to FaceTime with his twins. Goodbye, Malarkey. It's been nice seeing you. You're either going to win, you're not, or you're going home. Goodbye. We still got our own drama the way we wanted it, though. Okay, so let's talk about the nom or not. Nom or not, we're in the kitchen. What do we learn from this kitchen segment? We like when we get down to like 5 or 6 chefs, you get to actually really spend time with them, making the food, getting the drama of what's going right and wrong with the dish. I learned the kitchen is very small. Yeah. It looked like it had so many weird nooks and crannies.
Yeah,
it was giving everyone trouble. They had 100 servers coming in and out.
They definitely changed the kitchen over time. Yes. I think they expanded it, but they were still
just like nooks.
Yeah, but they were still limited to like the original architecture of the building, I guess, because Nancy Silverton used to work out of the cash register, like in what is now part of the kitchen. So who the hell knows what's going on?
You could tell it was an old restaurant from 40 years ago. They just have not cleaned out the kitchen. There's probably like in our kitchen things from 2015 or before.
I'm not going to go there. I'm sure that they have very high standards.
I'm not saying it's dirty, like scummy, but there was like paperwork tucked up there that's been there since the 70s.
Maybe
is my theory.
Yeah, because once it's like 6 months old, you clearly don't need it.
You really don't need paper at all anymore, you guys. Wait, but that reminded me of something and I don't remember. Oh yes, I was also confused. Were they open for business? What was happening? Where are all those other people? They didn't make enough food for them. What's happening?
Well, we learned later.
Except for a poor food and wine lady, they made her sit at the kids' table.
Yeah, that was weird.
Very strange. They could have pulled up one more chair.
They were open for business because they were basically saying that
that's even crazier.
Waiters brought the food to other tables, so it was a full.
But no one ordered his food. See how none of this. Something is up. Maybe. None of this actually makes sense.
I think that when you go to a taping of Top Chef, then they just tell you that this is the menu for the night.
But the chefs, I'm saying, did not cook the quantity of the food. They only cooked for the judges.
Well, they didn't.
Right? None of the challenge was cook for 200 diners.
No.
Or moms.
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't talk about that.
Something's going on.
I got nothing.
Reddit, help us out. Something was up.
Yeah. If Reddit is here tonight.
Serena's husband, are you here? Well, if our number one fan and only fan was here, which I don't think he is, then he could probably know. Anyway,
he must be very busy.
Happy for the comments to this. Did you think it was weird that people were in the restaurant? This is a burning question. Yet the chefs weren't cooking for them. Yet food and wine lady was at the table behind them. Yet they took Malarkey's dishes to someone else's table. What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, and I think that there was potentially something that would have come from that if he was like not the clear loser.
He was the clear loser. Well, we were scared for a minute. Let's just go through the dishes that were not the clear losers, and you'll tell me if you're going to eat them or not.
Okay.
I'm not going to eat them, except for Stephanie's. Brian did a lamb that was roasted with cassis, I can never say that, and currant sauce and potato. They said it lacked the wow factor.
Which, what lacking, if you read between the lines, lacking the wow factor means? Cruise food.
Yeah, but this restaurant, of all the restaurants we've been to, which should have been the most tolerant of cruise food. Correct. This restaurant is cruise food.
Look, would I eat it? Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
We're going to skip Malarkey. We're going to set up Gregory. We're very mad because we put all our eggs in the Gregory basket. Monkfish, forgot the crispy prosciutto, beet juice risotto, which also seemed like it kind of sucked. Lacking salt, but then they said the prosciutto had added that, but then they said the risotto was also bland anyway.
Which
How
you
do you
can't
forget?
speak to.
How
But
do you forget?
Which you can't speak to
No.
because you're not a prosciutto eater. But
No, I'm not.
it's quite salty. So it would serve the function of salting the rest of the
For
dish.
the risotto too? How did he forget it? How?
Depending on how it's incorporated, you would have a bite of the prosciutto with almost every bite of risotto. So yeah, you would get the salt.
Excuse me. But how did he forget it? No restaurant is so crowded that you forget one of the literally main components of
There
your dish.
must have been something going on behind the scenes that they weren't showing us. None of these, conspiracy theories. He must have had his own problem with the dish, maybe with like the timing of the risotto or something, and that he was so focused on it they didn't show us that led him to forget that. That's the only thing I can think of.
I felt so bad for him. He's like the most perfectionist person that when it goes wrong, you can just tell he's like flogging himself.
Well,
yes.
No, he gets sad in a very tender way. He was like he was basically
I know, but you
crying.
could tell in his head. I know.
Yeah.
I hated it. Just hide those tears. Stephanie made the seared scallop with caviar and asparagus pasta with aglinati. I can't say those ever.
Aglinati.
And shellfish beurre blanc.
That wasn't really an aglinati.
They liked it. They said Waxman said it moved his dish forward 40 years. And Mr. Michael of Michael's.
And his dish was 40 years old, so it was just a timely version of his dish.
Look, she also is she great at pasta? Those pastas looked amazing.
They looked very good, yeah.
Good on her. And Stephanie.
And
Karen was watching from the sidelines of the sidelines, like, you what? I do.
Yeah, it's fine. It's one of those.
You don't like it?
It's okay.
I bet you could make a really good one.
Maybe. My saucier ways.
He's a saucier. Kevin, two-way duck. Duck breast with orange and onion marmalade, rice croquette that he had duck also in.
Yeah, so he basically did like a duck confit.
They love the orange.
Or, no, maybe it wasn't duck confit, but he took the thigh and the leg and he basically, I guess he braised it, which in duck confit is a form of braising, so who knows?
They loved it.
The exact technique.
Guys, you'd eat all of them. What about the outrageous, Melissa's quail was outrageous. Quail with lime and plum sauce and ninja radishes. Is that even a thing? Because if it's not,
I don't think you can make that up.
Look it up. What did you think about hers?
It didn't sound like it was going to be.
It's real.
Yeah.
They're purple. Can't see it. They're real.
Just trust us.
Marvelously
I think if nothing else, we've earned your trust
spicy.
over the 11 weeks that we've known you all.
I feel like we all know each other.
Yeah.
Go on.
It didn't sound like this. The sweet, sour, spicy
the lime
thing is
part
not,
threw you off.
Yeah. Is not always my favorite.
Lime and hot plum glaze.
Plum
on quail. I don't eat meat. Have you guys?
No, that would actually.
Seems like it'd be good, like plum and duck. Like aren't duck and quail sort of the same?
They do go well, and like duck and cherry go well together. But I think I'm in the minority in saying that I don't always love like the sweet and the savory as much as other people. So.
Why do people eat mint jelly with lamb? Nothing sounds more.
It's oddly compelling.
What is mint jelly?
It'd
be good, that yogurt we have with the mint in it. With lamb.
Yeah, for someone who's never tasted lamb before.
The part is what I'm talking about is I don't want clear.
Hey guys,
green.
this is Brianna in the booth, and I can't say exactly what mint jelly is, but I will agree.
Finally,
it is delicious. I'm taking your offer to talk, and I just have to chime in.
I can't wait to watch my shocking finally talking, because all we want is for you to talk.
It's strangely compelling, right?
But are you saying you have to eat mint jelly with lamb? Or you just
as a child, I did not eat it with the lamb. I just literally ate it as like a dessert.
I
thought it was delicious.
Did you put it on chocolate ice cream?
That's a little bit stranger. No offense.
I think as a kid, it's sweet. It's minty.
It is
sweet and mint. I don't want this.
The only time I've ever had it is on lamb.
Right. Now are you intrigued to talk about it, to eat it on something else? He loves mint chocolate ice cream.
Well, I like mint. See, there's, not every.
I can't believe that we finally got Brown on a breakthrough on mint jelly.
Yeah.
I've talked about you and to you like 100 times. This is hilarious. Okay. We're moving on, but I'll never forget that. And I can't wait to watch myself be truly shocked. I feel like I probably look like Gus when he gets shocked by something. That's our job. Okay, but now we need to talk about Malarks. I wrote down just sweetbread hollandaise barf, but what he actually made was First of all, you knew he was in trouble when he said, "I'm going to do the duo." I was like, I don't know what that is. But
Yeah.
it sounds very
If
bad.
anything,
I thought it was a two-way thing.
yeah, I think the duo is not a 2020 thing. So in that sense, many of those, there would have been a time
It wasn't
in the
that
time
time.
frame we were talking about for duos, and I don't think it's now.
Duo of sweetbreads. Pretty sure sweetbreads are intestines. Oh God.
No, it's gland. It's like a gland. Yeah.
I was very like, we're doing the show, and then Brianna appeared, and now we're talking about glands, and I am awake again. So welcome back. If I'm falling asleep, I can only imagine how it's going for you guys. Duo of sweetbreads with hollandaise and champagne gastrique. I barfed in my mouth on my other barf, and then veal loin with truffle, butternut squash, mushrooms, and leek. The Wikipedia spelled leek wrong.
That's what happens when
Warm
when you
leek
can't get to the
potato
time.
salad. No. It's a no for me, dog. Hardcore. What if we put mint jelly on it?
I mean,
you got to talk about what went down. Just guide us through what you think happened in this insane thing.
I don't know, because I don't know why it would have been an issue. They got their food. So
No. I just walk us through how this went.
Oh, in terms of the way that they responded to
just
the food?
all of it. Yeah.
I mean, I think that he made two
don't go together at all dishes.
well executed, tasty dishes.
What?
That just should have never been on the same plate.
He said, I mean, those together would be gross. And then he said, and I quote, "I didn't see anyone eat it right." I'm sorry, what?
So thank God Gail
You put them together.
Say, you're the one that put them on the same plate. You cannot tell a diner how to eat their food.
I love Gail. Here's where we're at. Go ahead.
When you're a chef, you have to think about all these different things and how different people might eat it differently. And
they were touching. There wasn't a divider like an airplane.
But I will also say this: a lot of times you bring it out and you say, this dish is best served when you pour this on here, and then you get a little bite of this and a little bite of this, and you put it together.
He was too thrown to explain it because he was very thrown by
that gives you the out if the things don't go together. That being said, usually it's a cohesive thing. They're telling you how to construct the tastiest bite.
Right. Well, he was thrown, and he's a showman, and he's showing himself right to the door. Goodbye. Speaking of showing himself to the door, we go to the judges' table, the dangerous dessert course for elimination time. There was good news for people. Not only did our girl, I say our girl because she's still emotionally our girl, but she's Katie Alden's fantasy draft person.
You feel much more strongly about her now that she's on the team than I do. I've been able to cut ties.
Oh my God. Anyway, Melissa won with her quail and her lamb and her ninja radishes. She won. Everyone's so happy. But then they literally were like, Stephanie, you were very close. Like, that was awesome. That's a good bounce back. So Melissa, first person going to Italy. Stephanie, who's never been to Italy. Just love her. Yeah. She's on our team. I love her.
She's our dark horse. Not really. She's
going to middle it out. Is there a chance she could? Well, I don't even understand. We're going to talk about the structure of the finale too, because this is all over the place.
Well, we don't know, but we can hazard guesses.
She could be a third. She's not going to win. She could accidentally be third place.
Well, Tajio and Kevin are both definitely going to.
Yeah, you're right.
One of the two will sneak in ahead of her.
The point is, Stephanie gets to go to Europe, and we're very excited about it. And the real winner was Champagne Padma.
Yeah.
there was probably 2 days at least in between her Quickfire filming and a lot of red wine or white wine that she was drinking at Waxman's.
Oh, she would have been totally hungover.
She's fine. No, she's a professional. Bottom group. It was the battle of the tortoiseshell glasses. It was Malarkey and Gregory on the bottom.
Whose tortoiseshell glasses did you like better?
Gregory's. Gregory's.
He has.
They're so cute.
Yeah,
he looks like an actual turtle. He does.
He does. I will say this might be mean. His head is on the small side. And turtles also notoriously
are dwarfed by their giant shells and bodies.
Small heads.
So the point is, it was not good. Gregory was just like a sad, beaten dog. And then what happened? What did Malarkey effing pull?
He threatened to leave.
His little temper tantrum.
He threatened to walk out.
He's like, you know what? I'm mad. And you know what? Adieu. I've had a great time. And they're just like, are you quitting? And then Gregory's like, can you just let them judge?
Yeah, I don't want to beat you this way because he's a man of integrity, Gregory.
I love him. I didn't see anyone eat it right. And everyone was like, get over it. By the way, you're sucked the most. You are leaving.
Which I will say.
Goodbye.
When they hinted at the idea that Malarkey might quit and
Very
leave.
exciting, really.
I had said last week, I think I even
You
said
did.
it on air,
Oh,
so
boy.
there might be
Pull up the tapes.
proof of this,
Go on.
that he will renege his offer to leave.
Oh, 100%. You said that last week,
but
for sure.
that he will also be sent home anyway for creating the worst dish.
So what happened was that.
So
that happened.
I am proverbially
So
patting
the
myself on
loser
the
was
back.
Malarkey.
Can I say that word?
You may. Yeah.
No. Well,
Yeah,
can
proverbially.
can I say it
I'm
well?
doing it literally. The loser was Malarkey, and the real loser was also Malarkey. But really, the loseriest loser was Malarkey's hit list. Remember from the beginning of the season? Remember the hit list?
Yeah, his rankings did not align very well with reality.
What's the flavor next week? What are we cooking next week? What is the delicious aroma being cooked up next week? Italy.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, because obviously we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it directly. Welcome back, Kevin.
You know what? You're right. Let's give him a moment.
Yeah.
He did not do anything that exciting, but he is sure back, and he's going to nail it in Italy. He's not an Italy kind of cookie kind of guy.
He made a good dish in the Quickfire and Elimination Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Not once did we think there was a chance that he would go home.
No.
Which means that he...
Safer than safe.
Yeah, which means that he clearly deserves to be back.
So there's five people
left, yes.
They're all going to Italy, and they're going to just literally hammer someone just right away.
One of them is going to get, they're going to basically land, they're going to be on the tarmac.
Oh, God.
They're going to cook a dish, and the Quickfire stuff.
With the jet fuel.
And the person who
hold
loses
it up on a stick
is going to get
engine
back on the plane.
Oh, boy.
And turn around.
They won't even take off their bags.
No.
As we learned from a honeymoon in Italy, even if your foot is broken, they don't care.
No.
So it's really every man for themselves in Italy.
Can I have first class? My foot is broken. It's my honeymoon? No. Can I have business class? My foot is broken. It's my honeymoon? No. Can I have
one extra seat for the love of God?
Can we have is it a full flight? No. Can we have an empty seat between us? No. Can we have an aisle seat? No.
Could we have a guy next to us who also has to hold your foot as it lays across my body? Yes.
Yes. It was one of those big giant planes. So there's multiple middle seats.
No.
So they just stuck us in the middle ones.
But I did argue for an upgrade on our rental car. That didn't work out at the end of the day.
Turns out another honeymooning couple stole the car that we had upgraded.
Well, I was thinking about the part where we dented the car. And
oh, well.
Brianna, you can cut us off anytime. The point is, guys, it's finale time. I'm sorry, let me get more clear here. It's a 3-part finale. First we do Luca, episode 12. Then we do Parma, episode 13. Then we do Finito. So they're going to go to Italy. So they got a lot of money this season. First of all, the prize pot is up to $250. That's way better than
San Pellegrino is just like, here, have money.
So they're going to go to Luca, cut someone. There's going to be 4 people left. They're going to go to Parma.
Mm-hmm. You can have the Parmesan. I'll have
cut someone there. So there's going to be probably no Quickfire eliminations. And then they're going to have 3 people go to the finale episode.
I think that
they're going to keep all of them and then cut 2 people. What's happening?
My memory is usually pretty good for this, but this is where my memory is failing.
I'm very surprised there's 3 more episodes.
Would you venture to guess that in finales, there's been more finales where there was 2 versus 3?
No.
So 2 contestants.
I remember like Kristen versus Brooke. I do remember those, but it's mostly 3.
It usually is 3, right?
Yes.
What?
You think it could be a 2-person finale and they're going to just take out? No.
Well, so that we just don't know. That's the point. It's because there's been enough times when they've done a 2-person and 3-person finale. I would imagine.
It's another burning question for our fans.
Yeah. Now, here's my own guess. Based on the fact that it's an all-stars competition, I would imagine that they would have 3 in there because that's like 3 big all-stars really competing. Even though there's clearly 2 that are the best. But Kevin's pretty good.
No, there's Melissa and Gregory. Kevin's very good. Then Voltaggio, and Stephanie's just lucky to get a trip to Italy.
Which is great because she's never been.
I'm very excited for her.
She should check out El Bandito Townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
You're welcome.
Great place. You guys, please join us next week. It's a 3-part finale. We're going to get progressively dressier as the 3 finales go on because we live at home in yoga pants. He doesn't wear yoga pants. He wears his underwear around the house. But the point is, what else can we get dressed up for?
House shorts.
And we're going to have some special guests for the next 3 episodes, and it's going to be very exciting, and we can't wait for you to join us. Ciao, Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Ooh, water flew out of my hand. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.